Hi everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Visser, and to everybody that's new to the channel, please do subscribe. To everybody that's returnees, thank you so much for your loyalty. I really appreciate it. And I'd like to say to everybody, please do subscribe, like, comment, and let's have interactions with each other. So today I'll be talking about something that's very, I'd say, sensitive to me, if I'd like, or a personal experience, let me put it that way. So today I'll be discussing life or growing up squint. So what happens is I was born squint. So what squint means, to those who don't know, I'm sure everybody knows, it means that you have a lazy eye. Your one eye doesn't function, so it's always drawn in, or it's always swerving. Mine draws in, other people's draws out. So it's just a lazy eye that doesn't want to do what your mind or you telling it to do. So I want to share about growing up that way, and maybe I can encourage somebody. So what happens is I was born this way, and I never ever knew I had a problem. You'll even see that today I'm shooting without my glasses because I want you to see the squint if you can. So I was born this way, and I never really knew that I had a problem because, my mom loved me the way I am. My dad loved me the way I am. My older brother never talked about it. My little brother also was like, whatever, because he's 3 years younger than me. So when I went to school, then I realized, oh, I got a problem, because in kids would literally just everybody saw a problem with it. It was something that's not normal. When I walk into the classroom, when I walk into school, the schoolyard, I already knew that kids would be teasing me. It was a normal thing, and it hurt my feelings a lot because I was like, what's wrong with me? And the worst thing is, for let's say about 6 years, I never knew I had a problem. And after 6 years, discovering that you have a problem, it makes you ask yourself a lot of questions, and that time you were a child. So there's a lot of things you also don't understand. So what happened is, I started telling my mom, oh, mommy, they're teasing me. Mommy, they're teasing me. My mom would sometimes go to school and face the kids, and then I'd stop telling her because then the kids would tell me that I would start teasing me because I'm a tattletale. How school is, and kids are just mean, guys. They are the meanest human beings you can get. And because of that, I started having self-esteem issues. So I had problems like I didn't like looking at people in the eyes. I didn't like being in contact with people for the first time, because then I have to explain to myself, I had to explain myself to people. What's wrong with your eyes? Why is your eye going like this? Can you see? Oh, you see double. Do you see double? And that time, I'm not seeing double. I'm normal. I can see like you, even with me, the strangest thing happened. I never ever knew that you actually can not see, because I wore glasses, and I thought because I wear glasses and I can't see, everybody has their own problem. So I never really knew that you can actually not see, even though you can see, So I never really knew there were things like far-sighted, short-sighted, and stuff. So in high school, I had this friend, and she really couldn't see. And I was like, what? Dude, you mean my eyesight's better than yours? And people always teasing me, and they never tease her because her eyes are straight, but she couldn't see on the board. So for me, it was like, okay. And then so people would tease you, walk into the room, squinty, squinton. I've heard all the names, and it dents your self-esteem, especially as a girl. It dents your self-esteem. So my mom would take me to all optometrists and try find solutions. My mom even made sure she was on medical aid because of me and my condition. And so the doctor then referred for me to get glasses, and I got glasses. And did you think it would stop? No, it didn't. Then kids started calling me four eyes, and I was like, okay, when is this going to stop? So they started calling me four eyes, and I had to get used to it. And you become so aware of that You become so aware of the fact that you squint. You become so aware of the fact that people see you as something or someone that's not normal. So before, what I then did is I would, oh my word, my eyes itching. my eye can sense I'm talking about it. So what then happened is I started like defending myself. I was the type of child growing up, I was a very, very, very soft-hearted child. So what happened is, even my parents, when they shouted at me, I'd cry. They didn't even need to smack me or anything, I'd cry. If someone would say bad things to me, I'd cry. I was that person. I was very, very soft. And I came to the realization, if I'm going to survive in this world, I'm going to have to toughen up, you know. So I started toughening up. Before people would tease me, I'm out there already like, yeah, I got 4 eyes, so what? You know, I'd be like, yeah, I'm squint, so what? You know, I had to toughen up. I have to be that girl that would defend me. My brother was 7 years older than me, so he wasn't there to defend me, you know. And I had to defend myself. When I was in primary school, he was in high school. When I was in high school, he was done. So I had no one there but myself. And I started becoming that strong person that, you know what, I'm not about this life, you know. I'm not going to be broken down by every Tom, Dick, and Harry calling me names and stuff. But what I'm trying to get to is, it does dent your self-esteem. It does. And me toughening up wasn't just, it was a defense mechanism, but it wasn't solving the problem. Why? Because when I go home and I'm by myself and my emotions kick in, then I remember, this is who I am, you know. And you also start seeing yourself as someone that's not normal. So you also start doubting the person that you are. You doubt the person you're going to become. You doubt everything about yourself, you know. When someone actually says to you, beautiful, you're like, whatever, can you stop this teasing? Like, you know, everything is teasing to you because you don't know compliments, basically. So that's how I went about. But what I want to say to everybody is, with squint and creating defense mechanisms, with bullying and creating defense mechanisms, it's not the problem. But the problem is when you have to go home and realize that I am still Joy, and even though people say that I am better than that, I am bigger than that. I am not my squint eyes. I am more than my squint eyes, you know. Coming to that realization, you have to sit with yourself and have conversations with yourself. You have to talk yourself into believing in yourself, you know, because many people have talked you out of believing in yourself before you could even do it. So before you walk into something, the voices that you've heard all along is already playing in your head. So I just want to encourage everybody, guys, even though you are squint, you need to start having conversations with yourself. You need to be the one encouraging yourself, being like, you know what? Yes, I'm squint. Yes, people see me as someone that has a problem, but I don't have a problem. It's just my eye. I am not my eye. You know, I remember someone saying, had a saying once. It says, doesn't mean because you live in a garage, you are a car. So it doesn't mean because I have squint eyes, I am, my whole being is squint. You know, my mind functions. I can still smell. I have my hearing. I have a beautiful speech. I'm a beautiful person. And I believe that about myself now. I'm beautiful. I don't know what you think about me. I don't know what other people think about me. But that's what I believe now. And it has taken me time to get to this position, you know. And you know, sometimes we say, yeah, your parents can encourage you, but you need to have conversations with yourself. My mom encouraged me. My mom used to tell me, oh, you're beautiful, my child. Don't worry. Those kids, they mean to you because they don't know what beautiful is. You know, your mom will tell you all those things. But until you encourage yourself, those things won't resonate with you. It won't make sense to you. It won't hit home to you until you sit with yourself and be like, yes, I'm squint, but I am not just squint. There is more to me. I have a great personality. I'm a great person. I have so much to offer the world. Is the world even ready for me? You know? So it doesn't mean because you squint your whole life has to end there. And that's what happens with many disabilities. People never go out because of that. And you can't blame them because society has told them that, listen, you're not one of us. You have to tell yourself, I am one of them and I will make sure they know it. You know? And that is what you guys as us people that are not as normal as everybody else need to tell ourselves. It's just like with me when I was pregnant. Yo, I was so worried. I prayed. I was like, God, please, not my daughter. Please, dear Lord, please, dear Lord, not my child. Please, dear Lord. Because I understand the pain. I know what it is to be called squint. I know what it is for people to, pardon me, to mock you. For you to walk into a place, and you know what's the worst thing? When you're a child, you're so innocent. You just want to play. You just want to make friends. You are just innocent. You don't understand why these things has to be happening to you. And that's exactly what I went through. I never understood why these things were happening to me. Why me, God? Like, why? And looking back at it now, it's like, wow, it had to be me, because I'm just so strong. Like, I'm rising above it. It is my reason that I say to myself, I am more than anything. Like, this is the reason. Because of me having to be squint, I had to become stronger. Because of me having to be squint, I had to understand that I don't need validation from anybody but myself. If it wasn't for that, I'd always sit in a corner and be like, oh, shame, poor me. Now, I don't need validation from anybody that needs to tell me, Joy, you look beautiful. Joy, you are beautiful. I understand who I am. I understand that I am not just a squint being. There's more to me than my squintness. I understand that now. And that's what we need to tell ourselves. God would not give you a baggage too heavy for you to carry. When you're in it, I'm not going to lie. When I was 6 years old and kids were calling me squint, that was my biggest challenge. Like, I felt like dying. I dreaded going to school. I dreaded being alive, But today I look back at it and I'm like, thank God for that. It has encouraged me. It has built my character. It has made me a stronger person, I can stand now and be like, I'm proud of who I am, And I think that's to the point we need to get to. And we even need to teach our kids. You are not what people say you are. You are who God says you are. God created you in his own image. Doesn't matter if you don't look like the people in society. Who is society? Who created society? You are more than that. And that's what you need to be preaching to yourself every day. I want to encourage young girls. Guys, you are more than your hair. You are more than your makeup. You are more than your clothes. You are more. Sometimes you grow up in a home and you can't afford everything and you don't look as good as other kids. That says nothing about who you are. That says nothing. Because if you take away these clothes, if you take away my hair, if you take away everything from me, if I was just to be stripped from everything, can I still stand? Can I still stand as Joy and be like, this is who I am and I'm proud of that person? So I want to encourage everybody, guys, understand who you are. You are more than what society says, what society thinks. God created you in his own image. Before God placed you in your mother's womb, he knew you. He knew I would be squint. If my squintness was going to be a problem, he wouldn't have made me squint. He would have changed it. But he decided, I'm going to make this child squint. Why me? Because he understood that I can carry it. He understood that this thing is going to be and make me something. It's going to make me a better person. It's going to make me a stronger person. It's going to build my character. So we need to understand that God doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't. Whether you squint, whether you fat, whether you skinny, it's not a mistake. It's not. It's a mistake because you see it as a mistake. But it's not. Whatever God has placed within you, it is what he saw fit for you. He's so fit for me to be squint. And it's fine. Because now I rejoice in being squint. And you know why I rejoice in being squint? Because of squintness, I had to learn to stand up for myself. And I had to learn that my self-confidence doesn't come from what society says. But it comes from the voices within myself. It comes from the voices here. Not the voices from outside. The voices here. So guys, let's remember who we are. Let's encourage ourselves daily. Spend time with God. And God will show you who he's created you to be. When you spend time with God, he will lead you into your purpose. When you spend time to God, the voice that will be resonating with you, you'll be able to hear it clearer. My dad always says, your relationship with God is like a radio, those olden day radios. So if it's not on a channel, go shh. but once it's tuned in, you can hear clearly what it says. So even you need to spend time with God so you can hear clearly what He is saying about you. Not what the voices outside are saying, but what He is saying about you. Why He created you, why He put you on this earth, why He put you in that city. You know, those are the things that you need to hear from God, so that you can dwell and move within your purpose and what He has created you for. Because He didn't make you by mistake. It's not a mistake that you are here. God doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't. He doesn't. If there's one thing my Father doesn't do, it's mistakes. When He's the master craftsman. So I want everyone to be encouraged, guys. Whatever your shortcomings are, be proud of it. There's a reason God chose you to carry that shortcoming. Don't look around you, look within you. The answers are here. They're not here. These voices outside will confuse you, you know. But spend time with and you'll understand this. I hope I'm making sense. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope I could have encouraged someone out there. I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Till next time.